All right, everyone, here we go with a full moon in Gemini. I've been talking about this energy for a while. I've been mentioning this is a big reading. It's sort of where the blockage gets released, if you will, of all the spiritual stuff and change from October and November. And Mercury kind of got things loosened up to get ready to flow, and now things start to flow. This is an all signs reading. It doesn't matter what your sign is. This is straight up energy reading. So what's the deal with this full moon in Gemini? Well, it's a very internal moon. It's where you figure things out. Your person figures things out. You figure things out. It really adds a lot of clarity. It can make things very, very clear. That things that were complex to you become quite simple. Oh, I get it now. Like that. Well, your runner's figuring that out too. My pre-shuffle backs that up. But as always, there's two sides to every coin. You know, this is energy that it's the first step. You figure things out, and you don't always share them in the 3D. I saw it yesterday with the Leo soap opera reading, where we had a person who was figuring things out inside, but on the outside in the 3D, they were still behaving the King of Wands, still sort of hiding it and masking it and ego and all of that. So it's a moon where your runner, we'll talk about the runner, where they figure things out. Things start to make sense. They get it. On the flip of that, and rather humorous toward me, this is a moon where unsolicited advice isn't appreciated. And that's kind of what I do here. Otherwise, it's just a silent video where I put cards down and let you figure them out. So I'd appreciate it if you get a little pissy at some of the things I say, if you just kind of let it slide and I'm telling you about it so you know. That applies in your life too. If you figure something out about a friend or a family member or something, you might want to wait a few days, maybe a week or two, before you share what you figured out. They might not be too receptive to it. And again, I saw that yesterday in the Leo soap opera, where I compared the person to Carrie from Homeland. If you were to confront them and about them being unhappy on their side, they'd give you some sort of, no, I'm not, you know, and those kinds of things, you know, just sort of brushing it off like you're an idiot. It is that kind of energy, all right? So it's about internal. So your person is figuring out things. What are they figuring out? Well, it's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here or you found Steve Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. Okay? Technically, this reading is timeless. You're all moving at different speeds on your timeline. This energy is with us for the next couple of weeks, right up to about the new moon. It's coming up later. Ace of Pentacles, the energy of December, the solid new beginning. There it is, right there on the surface in the pre-shuffle. It's crossed by the King of Swords. All right, this king knows what he wants to do. He's the King of Truth. He holds Archangel Michael's sword of truth. They know what makes them happy. They'll figure that out. All right? And then he makes a plan and takes action, one step at a time. We've been seeing this King of Swords a lot. Underneath that is the Queen of Wands. All right? There's that fakey McFakerman energy. There it is. Feeling one thing, one way, and expressing another thing. Putting out pretense. Using the rattlesnake here, the rattle, to try to scare something away and make itself seem scary so it doesn't have to be vulnerable and bite. But what's crossing that? I talked about this moon already. I said you figure things out. You kind of do. Slowly but surely, with the Knight of Pentacles, that energy comes in and it offers some amazing perspective with the Hangman. It's a bit of a deer in the headlights here, these three cards, where someone figures out that it's their behavior that's kind of pushing people away, or that why they're pushing people away. It could go either way. All right. So again, it is that kind of energy, and it leads to a Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is technically in this reading bookending the Ace of Pentacles. This is a solid new beginning. Okay. So is this. All right. This is a happy new beginning. This is a solid new beginning. It's all about what they figure out. This King of Swords, they know the truth. And that truth is coming to the surface. We know that with the Hangman. Underneath that, just for fun, we got 10 Pentacles. We got Death card of change. We got a Chariot. After the deluge, there's a whole lot of movement. Okay? There really is. And that movement is swift when it happens. I do believe that. especially with that Chariot card there. Let's give the deck a shuffle. Let's pull ourselves a reading. So, in a moon where we figure things out and unsolicited advice is not appreciated, here I am giving unsolicited advice. It's kind of what I do here, so kind of take it with a grain of salt, if you will. I suspect if your runners were here, they probably wouldn't like what I had to say. Let's give the deck a shuffle. Give me the soulmate cycle with the influence of the full moon in Gemini. What do we get here? Full moon in Gemini. Wow. All right. What do we get? First card out is before the cut. It's why the fuck are we here? So why the fuck are we here? The Four of Pentacles. Yeah, it's a bit of holding back energy. Sometimes when we figure things out, there's just a lot of fear around this card, right? It's the card of the miser. They're afraid. They sit on the mattress full of money and all of that. They're afraid to spend it, hoarding it. Sometimes when we figure things out, and I'm talking about the runner here, but I could be talking about you. Sometimes when we figure things out, we don't like what we figure out. Your person, the runners in this cycle are likely to trigger themselves. They won't need any help. They're just going to trigger themselves. It's going to go off like a Gatling gun, I believe. It's going to cause, again, there's that deer in the headlights energy I saw with the Knight of Pentacles in the pre-shuffle. What comes after the cut? What comes after that? Well, almost just talked about it. It's the King of Pentacles. It's a stable energy, all right. And they're also figuring out some things. One of the things they may not like to see is how unstable their life is. Who they've given their trust to, who they've given their faith to, who they've given their love to, and why they surround themselves with those people. They may not like to see it. Environmental influences, i.e. other people or situations that we live in, influence us a great deal. It's not so much whether, I'm not saying your person's an impressionable person, they might be, but it's more a case of the external energies. Most people allow those to get in and they attach to us. That's why people like me and stuff like that, we always teach that you can't control the external energy, so all you can control is yourself. And that, if you live by that principle, those energies don't affect you. In other words, if you're surrounded by a bunch of assholes at work, and you yourself are not an asshole, you don't become an asshole. You acknowledge that those people are assholes, that energy can't get to you. It's like that. So one of the things that's what they're looking at. It's a bit of a deer, and it's a deer here. It's a deer in the headlights of a lot of the stuff that's being figured out for them. They're going to be triggering themselves. Let's go. Let's give the deck a final shuffle. Let's do it. All right. It's all leading to an Ace of Pentacles. It's all, or Four of Wands, or both. It's all leading to that. That King of Swords will take action. But before the King of Swords we saw in the pre-shuffle crossing the Ace of Pentacles takes action, he makes a plan. That's where we're at right now. That's what this is. Figuring it out. Oh, I get it now. I'm an asshole. Okay. Right. Give me the deck a final shuffle. Give me the soulmate cycle with the influence of the full moon in Gemini here in December 2022, universe. Let's go. Give me a reading. Who knows what I mean? Okay. Big shuffle. Got it. Okay. Here we go. Finally. Jesus. The shuffling. I get paper cuts all the time. I got nobody to sue. No workman's comp. No nothing. Overall energy is the Nine of Cups. Yeah. I mean, figuring out what makes them happy. Figuring out, and again, all this applies to you on your side. This moon is going to help you make sense of some things. We've been seeing it in the readings when I pull on you. Again, an energy where all this is going to start to make sense. I did some offline readings yesterday that really showed that you're going to find out something, and it's just going to click. This moon is a big part of that. But in reference to the runner, it's about figuring out that they're not happy, and looking at what would make them happy. And that's why we get that deer in the headlights energy that we've been seeing. What's fueling this? Just out of curiosity. Yeah. I'm right. It's Steve's right, upright, otherwise known as the Queen of Cups in this case. The most love I can pull from the deck. She holds the Ace of Cups and she gives the full cup. It's crossing this card here. What makes them happy? You can't know what makes you happy until you acknowledge what doesn't. All right, you can't have. It's tied to that old saying everyone likes on YouTube that you can't have light without shade and all that kind of. Yeah, you know, you need contrast, and that's what this is providing. It's providing a lot of clarity. All right, but again, mostly internal. That king will make a plan and take action. Our December reading showed the action being taken, but this is, you know, again, we're pulling on the energies as they go. Right here's the energy around your connection. Right here's how your person's behaving in the 3D. Right here's their soul. I can't wait to pull on that. Right here's the hidden energy, the message from the universe, read with the energy of your connection. Right here's the potential final outcome. I say potential because I cannot predict free will. I will clarify everything, throw some universe cards over the top at the end, and you bet your sweet asses, and I know they are, there's going to be a link for an extended in the description, because there's a lot happening here, and I want to see where it's going. I do. I really want to, and this moon will give me the ability, give the universe the ability to sort of show us where it's going, and me to tell you. Okay, right here's the energy around your connection. First card out after 9 cups, crossed by a Queen of Cups. Jesus Christ. Yeah, 7 Pentacles. Well, how could it be anything else? You didn't think we were going to get a Chariot there, did you? I hope the fuck not. You haven't been paying attention. If you did, the energy of your connection right now this is sometimes a farmer taking stock of his work, right? Taking stock, figuring it out. Is it the right time to pick? Is it not? Look at the work I've done. It's a lofty perspective energy around this. And that's where we're at right now. Both sides are sitting in 7 Pentacles. All right? The seeds that have been planted are growing. We can see the plants. We can see the fruit on them. It's right there. Also, it's a card of divine timing. The energy is right now for this to happen, you know, under this full moon in Gemini. How are they behaving in the 3D? So this is exactly the card. It's almost perfect. You know, could have gotten a hangman there maybe or something. But anyway, how are they behaving in the 3D? Look at that. Knight of Wands. Yeah, it's a bit of, I don't want to look at it. It's a bit of in and out energy. Okay? That's all it's saying. It's someone here who is figuring out how to move forward. Okay? But also, it's an in and out energy. Again, sometimes I think your person, the runners in particular, not you. I don't think you as much. I don't think the non-runner as much. But I think the runners are going to be triggering themselves like a fucking Gatling gun. It's cranking out the fucking, I mean, it really does feel like that. And it's going to cause the energy to fluctuate back and forth. We don't always like what we see when we figure out what doesn't make us happy. But it does shine a light on what does. And this person here, we know from past readings, there's a lot of shame around how they treated you. There's a lot of regret and shame around the running. They didn't just do it to you, they do it to a lot of people, being shut down and what it's costing them. And it's, you know, and these runners are runners. They carpet sweep. So that's to be expected. All right. Soul. In their soul, bookending my farmer looking out at the field kind of energy. What's this here? Yeah, the 3 of Wands. Again, I said it about the King of Swords up in the pre-shuffle. King of Swords, before he takes action, he gets his ducks in a row. He makes a plan. This is where we're at. This is a very internal energy, but it creates a massive amount of clarity. You become, I'll phrase it this way, you become super smart in this. You know, I'm not saying anybody's dumb. I'm just saying you can figure out complex things. Things will, if you want to study something under the energy of this full moon, I suggest you do it. You know, you want to go out and research hologram theory or some shit you can never understand. You will understand it. You'll understand the math. You'll get it. It'll all make sense. So this 3 of Wands here is again, looking out on the horizon, looking out on new horizons. The soul right here is waking up. And that's making them nervous. This energy is very wobbly. It's going back and forth, right? It's like Schrodinger's snake. It's going back and forth between dead and alive inside the box. It's fine. It's perfectly normal. This is what I would have expected from this full moon reading. God damn it, my nose is running like a DM. What the hell? We got weird weather here. All right. Message from the universe. Red with the 7 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles. I like it. Well, yeah, it's a card of equal give and take. It's a card of giving. It's a card of generosity. All right. The energy right now is you want the universe is basically saying it's separate from the reading, but it is red with this energy. I'm supposed to sort of put these energies together. The universe is basically saying that you want this to happen. We need this energy that's happening right now in divine timing, this recipe of energy. We need this to happen for us to move forward. Okay? We need it to. They have to look at these things. These things have to make sense. It's not just about thinking about it. Sometimes we think about something, right? And we think about it, and it just doesn't make sense. And if it doesn't make sense, we just sort of brush it off and get rid of it. In this energy, it makes sense. So we keep it. It sticks. All right? So that's what this is saying. That it is, we need this energy to happen in order for this person to be able to give, in order for something to balance out here. This is a balancing factor. All right. Potential final outcome. Red with the Knight of Wands. Yeah, victory. So that means I compared this to Schrodinger's cat. I called it Schrodinger's snake, right? It's in the box. The box is closed. It's fluctuating between dead and alive. This is a live cat. The universe, this is my potential final outcome is which way the wind is likely to blow. Okay, we can phrase it that way. Because I can't predict what a 3D person's going to do. That's down to free will. But the universe is saying the wind is likely blowing that this is a live snake, or a live cat, if you will, in the Schrodinger's cat kind of thing. It is. This is communication here. This is leading. This, again, is backing up the energy I read in the message from the universe, which is we need this to happen. And we have a lot of that happening lately. You know, we need this energy to happen. We need them to figure this stuff out so that we can move forward. This 3 of Wands that's in the soul leads to the 4 of Wands that's up in the pre-shuffle. That's surface energy on the pre-shuffle. This is deeper, okay? So deeper down, things come from the depths and then come up to the surface. So deeper down, we're at the 3 of Wands. That 4 of Wands, which was bookending the Ace of Pentacles, is very close. That king is making a plan, figuring it out, getting his ducks in a row, his or her. All right? So we have victory after a long battle, kind of a victory. But we have some kind of transformation, and we saw this butterfly represents transformation. We saw that with the death card that I showed you in the pre-shuffle as well. It all has to happen this way. They need to really understand what makes them happy. They need to feel that Queen of Cups that's crossing this 9 of Cups. All right. We're going to clarify with the Light Seer. Randomly at the bottom, and I did not know this was here, is the 8 of Cups. She walking toward the 9 cups. 9 cups right there. Overall energy. Walking away from 8 broken cups. We can't, if we don't know they're broken, we'll just stay there. Right? This shows the acknowledgement that that's broken. This does not make me happy. I know what does, because everything makes sense. Not just what makes them unhappy, what makes them happy. It all makes sense. All right, it's a full moon. It's the whole, you get the whole pizza. All right, what's going on here? All right, let's do it. It's a good way to phrase it. You know, not technically how it works, but it's a good way to phrase it. All right, let's see where we go here. Tell me about the 7 of Cups, or 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups. Yeah, looking at options. That's a Freudian slip, but I'll tell you what, that feels. There's some 7 of Cups energy in that 7 of Pentacles. No lie. All right. Why is the 7 of Pentacles here? You know, I'm in a neutral place when I do these readings. I'm not here with you. And if I Freudian slip, it's very important. Because I can plainly see those are Pentacles. Why did I say Cups? You know. I've had a good breakfast. I've had my head is pretty clear. This moon's affected me too. I'm going to get smarter. Ooh, how about that? All right. That would be good. Sometimes I'm a goddamn idiot. All right, here we go. 7 of Pentacles. Why is it here? Let's see where we go. This came up, you have no way of knowing or verifying, but this came up a lot in my offline readings I did last night. All right, I did a bunch of them. I shared one aspect of it with you. I think I did a fly on the wall one. But I did a few different readings, and this 5 of Pentacles was showing up. Okay? Somebody's really looking at why they're out in the cold. But you're looking at it too. I don't want you to discount yourselves in this energy. You know, you've been put out in the cold by this situation on many levels. And you're looking at that too, but you're looking at it from a different angle. You're looking at it as, hey, wait a minute, why did I let this person put me on the cold, right? But because this is the energy of your connection, it applies to both of you. But on their side, they're like, oh my God, why did I put myself out in the cold? Why did I run from that? But this person really regrets being a runner. I can tell you there's some guilt in the energy here. They're really looking at why they behave the way they do. We saw that with the Queen of Wands up in the pre-shuffle, right? That fakey McFakerman. Why am I like this is what they're saying. You know, I'm unhappy where I'm at. We only change our life when we make changes. It seems logical, but it really is. It's really the way to go. You got to take some chances once in a while. What's on top here? 5 of Wands. Yeah. I got 2 5s. Fives are temporary in the tarot. I got an energy here of somebody, again, I see it here with this Knight of Wands. I've got this fluctuating energy. It's something that I'm just going to say it again, they're not going to like some of the things they're going to realize under this energy internally. They may not express them externally under this energy. They might still remain kind of Knight of Wands, King of Wands kind of thing, like I told you, earlier. And sure enough, we got the Knight of Wands here in the 3D, but they're going to be triggering themselves left and right is what this is saying. It's backing up my read on the energy that way. Why is the 5 of Wands here? The 4 of Pentacles, which causes, again, a deer in the headlights, a lot of fear. It just backs to the 4 of Pentacles was why the fuck are we here position, right? Before the cut. And it's right there in your connection, and it's why the 5 of Wands is here. It's scary to look at how I'll put it this way. I'll put it like Steve would put it. It's scary to look at how you fucked yourself up the ass and left yourself out in the cold. It's pretty scary sometimes when we look at our behavior. People in prison go through that a lot. And this is your person's banned in prison. Prison of the mind, carpet sweeping problems and all kinds of stuff. But prisoners go through that a lot. You commit a crime, it's just something, it's not in your nature, you're not a psychopath, it's just something you did, your neighbor made you snap one day and you went hog wild on them with a rake. I don't know, a gravel rake, one of those big sharp ones. And now you're sitting in a prison cell. And you really think it back, and this kind of energy comes in, and you start to see, why did I do that? What have I done? Oh my God. Now I'm stuck in this cell for 25 years or some shit. It's like that, okay? It's a good analogy. It's a good way to put it. It scares the living bejesus out of them, I'll tell you what. Why is the Knight of Wands here? Why? Why is Schrodinger's snake here? Well, for reasons I've already explained on the surface, but we'll see if the universe has anything deeper to tell us about this Knight of Wands. We know he's likely to come towards you, or go toward the 9 of Cups. In other words, they may come toward you, or for some of you, they may just go toward what you taught them, what this connection represents. I mean, for either side, the connection is here, and everything played out the way it did to show you something. The problem is, most people never really spot it. They just look at it as something bad that happened to them, and they stay bitter about it their whole lives. You guys are enlightened enough to at least try to find out why, by watching tarot readings, by reading books, by going to astrology sites, whatever it is, So this person never really did that, and now they're having some some major realizations. So this doesn't surprise me. Why is the Knight of Wands here? Why? Yeah, this is why. Why is it fluctuating? Well, because your person's an asshole. I'm not again, I said I might piss you off. Unsolicited advice. No, I'm just being cheeky here a little bit, but it's true. It's the Queen of Wands crossing it. Why is this energy fluctuating? Why is this Schrodinger's snake? Why aren't they just immediately taking action once they figure this out? The short answer is they're the Queen of Wands. They're an asshole. They're fakey McFakerman. It's in their core programming to be this way, to carpet sweep things. It just is. People don't change. They don't. They adapt. Okay? And grow. So this is difficult for this person. They're always going to be a little bit of fakey McFakerman. Always. Abso-fucking-lutely, unless they go on a major spiritual journey, become a monk, that kind of, and get their energy completely imbalanced. They're not going to do that. Damn well. they're going to balance it a little bit. They're going to come to their senses. But they're always going to be a little bit of this. So that's why they're trying to fight it. That's why this scares the hell out of them. That's why it triggers them. Triggering is when a truth comes out from the soul and the brain tries to protect us. It says, no, 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 that's not true. I'm not an asshole. I'm not fakey McFakerman. You know, it is what it is. So I'm not surprised this is here. What's on top? The sun. The sun illuminates everything. And again, this moon, I said it earlier, it's a full moon. You get the full pizza. It's a full spectrum look at it's a full circle look of everything that's going on. And that's why is the Knight of Wands here? Why is it fluctuating back and forth? Well, they are fakey McFakermen by nature, and they're having to see everything. They're having to see that they're fakey McFakermen, and they don't like it. It scares the crap out of them. Especially, I read that definitely with that Five of Pentacles crossing there. Why is the sun here? Lovers. Yeah. Again, not only are the energy here puts them in their fields. I know that because crossing this Nine of Cups is the Queen of Cups. Okay? So the energy right now, coming off of the November energy in particular, as we go through the month of December, where for a good chunk of it, the archer takes the shot, is the prevailing message and the wind of the energy. This person's very much in their fields. And it implies that they don't like what they have on their side, or what they have on their side, if they're married, for example, isn't really based in love. It's based more in pentacles or something. Or their whole life is based more in pentacles than love. There's a lot of energy here. This card used to be called the choice. The energy is here for a choice to be made, for sure. The universe has set the table. It's up to them what they do, but having to see this and feel this makes this person fluctuate. Why? Because they're fakey McFakerman. That's why they're a carpet sweeper by nature. And this is going against their nature. But these are realizations and truths that you can't unknow that are coming out here. For a couple of weeks, they're super enlightened. All right? Let's see. Three of Wands in the soul. Now, I already explained this a little bit, how it ties to the Four of Wands in the pre-shuffle. Pre-shuffle is surface energy. Down low, we got 3 wands going to 4 wands. Yeah, I believe action is taken in some direction or another. I can't say, and no fucking reader can say out here on YouTube, that your person's going to show up. If they do, we got lucky. You were one of the ones where your person isn't quite a super fuckwit. Okay? The reality is, this connection with you inspired them. It is showing them what would make them happy. Whether they go towards it or not, whether it is up to them, and whether they go toward you or just change their life and stop excluding people because of you, is up to them. It's up to their free will. It really is. But for the majority of you, it's very difficult for them not to come towards something they could maybe still have. Okay? The inspiration for it all, if you will. Why is the 3 of Wands here? Why? Yeah, this is below, right? And it comes to the surface. It becomes a 4 of Wands. It does. It's the Page of Cups crossing it. Yeah. Think of the soul as been sleeping. Okay? And when you first wake up, it wakes up, it's a little groggy. It yawns and stretches its arms and sort of moves the covers to get out of bed. That's sort of what it's saying there. All right? It's like that. There's some realities that they can't ignore. They can't carpet sweep here. And it's all rooted in emotion. I've got cups in the soul and leading to a 3 of Wands. This is a nice card to have here, especially where we've had a 4 of Wands in the reading. What's on top? Yeah, look at that. And that 4 of Wands I keep talking about from the pre-shuffle is bookending the Ace of Pentacles. That's the Ace of Pentacles. See? And I'm not going to repeat myself. What I just said to you is 100% valid, just got proved by that card. All right? The soul is just waking up. It's there. And it can't be carpet swept. There's a lot of feels here. This is the most love I can pull from the deck, and it's part of the overall energy. Why is the Ace of Pentacles here? 3 of Cups. Yeah. Again, it's about opening up. The soul is awake. It's feeling these cups. The 3 of Cups is about the sharing of emotion, right? The emotions are flowing through this person's soul. It's scaring the crap out of them because these are some serious truths. They're keeping it internal a little bit, but it's driving them batshit crazy. That's why this energy is fluctuating, because by nature, they're Queen of Wands energy. They're male or female, it doesn't matter. They're a fakey McFakerman. They're pretense. They put out one thing, you know, and feel another thing and run. Queen of Wands is always a runner from anything that's real or anything that would shatter the illusion that they're trying to put out, or image or something like that. The energy is flowing here. This is leading to that Four of Wands because that Ace of Pentacles is tied to it. So pay attention to the pre-shuffle for sure. Here we go. Six of Pentacles. Universe wants to tell us all this is happening so that they can give. So to balance the energy, bring somebody to their senses, maybe. It could be a way to phrase it. Okay. What else? There's something else here. Six of Pentacles. Tell me about this. Excuse me. Why is the Six of Pentacles here? Yeah. See this card? Six of Wands? Yeah. See it again. Six of Wands crossing that. These lead into this. So I always kind of, these energies sort of go together. They have to tell the story, you know. Yeah. Again, this is temporary. How do I describe this? Forget about the Four of Pentacles. That's just the reaction to all this fluctuating in their head, going around and round. No, 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 I can't believe I'm like that. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm like that. You know, I can't believe that. Kind of. They don't want to believe these things about themselves. On the negative side, fives are temporary though. The universe says it's an escalation, 5 wands to 6 wands. They figure it out. This energy is conducive to figuring out. You become super smart under this full moon in Gemini energy. I'm just going to phrase it that way. Not implying anybody's dumb. I'm just implying or saying you become super smart, metaphorically speaking. It really allows them to see this. And we see it here with the sun. They're looking at everything. And yeah, it's scaring them. And the soul is flowing. It's all soul energy here. What's on top? The moon is very powerful. It's the second most powerful energy that affects us on a daily basis. It's strong enough. Its pull on the earth is strong enough to drag the oceans and stretch the earth a little bit as it does. It's very, very strong. And under a full moon, that energy is tight. It's some tight shit. It's fucking a hangman, whole new perspective. Yeah. Again, this is a stronger card than this card. It's red with the 5 of Wands. It's a stronger card than the 5 of Wands. This is, as I read the cards, as the energy reflects off the cards for me, this is the weakest energy I can pull. Okay? So this is futile. Holding back is futile. They're not going to be able to hold back, especially with 3 cups in the soul. All right? It's not going to happen. That's a very powerful card right there. Almost major arcana, dare I say, in strength. The hangman here, again, it's about perspective. It's about realizing some things. Whether they want to fight it or not, the truth sticks. They can't carpet sweep it. It's just backing up what I said. But why is the hangman here? There's our King of Swords. There's our King of Swords all over again. We had him in the pre-shuffle, and I said, right now, this is just backing up what I said about this energy. When I threw this card, I said the universe is saying, in a separate message, that this all has to happen so that this person can give to this. It's that point where the King of Swords, the King of Truth, covers all the bases, gets their ducks in a row, makes a plan, and then takes action. And that's what we're seeing here with the hangman. Why is the hangman here? Because the King of Swords is getting it. It's the King of Truth. And those truths, again, it's red with the 4 of Pentacles, scaring the crap out of this person. They're a deer in the headlights over these truths. So this little section here, not only does it back up what I said about it, it backs up the pre-shuffle. Because, you know, that King of Swords was crossing the Ace of Pentacles in that pre-shuffle. So, all right. So where's this all going? Well, there's victory here. It's all for purpose. It's happening for a reason, like everything. It's perfect timing on this moon, too. All of this, for me, I've been saying for a while, it feels like it's like a setup. It's like a writer came in. You couldn't write these energies better. You know? It really, it's amazing. Just how it's all played out throughout this cycle. Why is the 6 of Wands here? Tell me about the final outcome. Now, the universe is saying the winds are likely to blow toward that Knight of Wands coming towards you. But it is a Knight of Wands. Let's not forget that. Okay? For reasons I've already said with the Queen of Wands crossing it. Your person is core programmed, either from childhood or from what they learned in their young adult life, to be the Queen of Wands, to be fakey McFakerman, to carpet sweep, to not share how they feel. We mustn't let them see. We mustn't let them see. Right? Like that. So, you know, there's always going to be a little bit of that there with this person, but boy, are they realizing some things. I feel a lot of shame here on the table. Why did I behave like that? Why did I leave myself out in the cold? And on the opposite side, like I told you about that Five of Pentacles, for you, it's, why did I let them do that? You know, in an equal and opposite reaction, you're going to figure out some shit too. And that may be a problem for this person. I don't know. Maybe some of you send them packing when they show up. I don't know. You might. Why is the Six of Wands here? Let's go. You got me shuffling like crazy. I'm going to get paper cuts again, universe. Crossing it, the most powerful card I can pull. It's the World. Don't let anyone tell you different. That's a powerful card. You got to get past judgment just to get to it. All right? It's like a VIP section at one of those clubs, right? You gotta get past the guards who are standing outside the velvet ropes to get. You gotta be somebody to get in there. You gotta be somebody to get here. You gotta get past judgment. The World. Yeah. The reason they can't. It's saying that all these things that are coming to light can't be unknown. They can't be carpet swept. It's backing that up. There's a forced cycle change that's happening here. The universe has made the choice. This is major arcana. They can either live in it, in the new energy, and flow with it, or they can try to swim against the current. It's up to them. It's up to their free will. But there's victory in flowing with it. And there's victory for this soulmate connection if they do. And I say if, because I don't know what the fuck a 3D person's going to do. They got free will. I wish I could take it away from the runners in this cycle. I always do. I wish I had some magic spell I could take away their free will. And I could just drive and get myself a little video game controller or something and just move them around. Boy, life would be a lot easier for all of you, let me tell you. What's on top? Five of Cups. There it is. I said it. Rewind. While I was shuffling for these cards, I said, as I was looking and feeling the energy, that's all the energy on the table, I said, I feel some guilt and shame here. Why did I behave the way I did? And then I said, you're asking, why did I leave them? Why did I allow them to leave me out in the cold? Why did I allow them to affect me the way they did? Making me feel all bad about myself and shit. Well, on their side, you know, that's your side, but on their side, this Five of Cups is, again, there's some guilt and shame here for all the stuff that's coming to light. This is read by the sun. When they see this, when they figure this out, it's very internal. Okay? Super smart on the internal. A person who is normally closed off is able to translate feelings and get it and process them. Process feelings with the brain. It's like, again, there's just this energy of shame around all of this, which I predicted a long time ago would show up in these readings. Why is the Five of Cups here? This card is why the Five of Cups is here is red with the Lovers. Yes, I told you. Look, I told you. With the Queen of Wands crossing here, they're fakey McFakerman, core programmed. They're always going to be a little bit of that, and they are. Seven of Swords. Now the energy is always in layers. This is my sneaky deaky card. I asked, why is the Five of Cups here? Why do they have all this shame? Because of how they behaved. This just backs up what I just told you. And they understand that. It's not about them asking a question. They know the answer. The answer is crystal clear as to why they behaved the way they did. And they may want to fight it. It may scare the crap out of them and cause them to be a deer in the headlights and hold back. But the Hangman is a much more powerful card than that Five of Wands. It's futile. They can't carpet sweep this. Okay, so there's a lot of shame here off of this card because of their behavior in the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is red with the Lovers card. One of the things, this is tied to the Sun card. One of the things that's being illuminated that they're figuring out in the 3D, which is causing their inner Queen of Wands to kick in, let's be honest. One of the things they're realizing is what they passed up here. What they missed out on, because they can feel this. They're in their feels. I told you with the Queen of Cups here, I didn't even need the Lovers card. I had the Queen of Cups and the overall energy. They're in their fields. They're feeling everything. We saw it in the soul. 3 cups in the soul here, leading them to realize that they have to open up, which scares the crap out of them. Again, it's a feedback loop. It all just kind of crosses and cross-checks itself all the way through. Does this 7 of Swords here mean that they won't reach out, that they'll sneak away? Well, I already told you what the final outcome is. They might still behave this way even if they have shame. Maybe they feel so much shame that they sneak away. And they just, and just live the rest of their life in shame, if that's the case. Maybe. But this is really just talking about why there's shame here. Okay? And the things that are being lit up for them. And one of those things is this connection, which they can't help but feel. Which does, I won't lie to you, make them want to run away. Why? Because they're fakey McFakermen at their core programming. Afraid to be vulnerable, putting up walls, putting up some kind of image, things along those lines. Pretense, saying one thing, feeling another thing. Sure. But for some of you, the winds are likely to blow that there's victory here. There's transformation. Something happens. That's all. This 5 of Cups is the card that really matters. This card is just telling us why the 5 of Cups is here, why the shame energy is here. But it's here because of they're feeling the lovers and because of everything they've illuminated and realized and, everything I've already explained. But the real thing is the 5 of Cups is one of the cards that ends the separation phase in the soulmate cycle. And that's sitting right on top of a card of victory, which in turn is crossed by the World, the most powerful card. All right? They can't carpet sweep this. Nope. The stuff that they figure out, they can't carpet sweep. I don't have a devil here. What I've got is mild devil energy as to why the shame is here. That's all, just answering a question. So, it is what it is. Will they show up? Some of them will. Some of them, this King of Swords is in the process of figuring it out, getting his ducks in a row, and making a plan. It leads to this, and this is why. It leads to victory. For some, it's minor arcana. For others, I believe the majority of these runners, whether they come towards you or not, change their lives. This is the point where a lot changes. There's big changes coming on both sides in 2023, for sure. And we'll get to that when we get to it. But for right now, these realizations have to happen. These are the things this person must look at, and they're being forced to. They have no choice. The sun here proves that. It lights everything up. There's no clouds, there's no trees on this card. It's just lit up. You see everything, all the flaws. All right. Let me pull 3 cards from the universe, see what else it wants to tell you. What do you want to say here? You want to say anything? Give me 3 cards before I go pull some wicked voodoo. What am I going to pull wicked voodoo on? Shame, for starters. I'm going to pull on the sun, what they're figuring out. I'm going to pull on how this energy affects you. I'm going to pull a pyramid and see where this is likely to go, so you'll find out if your person might be one of the ones who's going to show up, actually, and make that plan and take action towards you, rather than just toward a new life for themselves. I can tell you they can't carpet sweep this. So if they decide not to do either, don't come towards you, and don't take a life in a new direction, they're going to be living like this is the rest of their life. And that's on them. It truly is. But this is a person. This is an energy that continually uses its free will to almost hurt itself in a masochistic way. I mean, it's ridiculous, All right, let's see. So we'll find out. Then I'll pull a timeline on this, of course. And I'll pull any other readings. I might even do a fly on the wall of what they're figuring out. Because when I pull on the sun, it's going to show me everything that they're figuring out. All right? Good and bad. I don't just talk about good things. To appreciate the good things, you got to know about the bad things or the circumstances around those good things, which aren't always good. You got that equal and opposite reaction we always have to consider. Give me 3 cards, universe. Let's go. What do you want to tell everybody? Oh, shit. We always pull from the bottom here. It's Temperance. Angel energy. I said at the end of this, we don't have a devil here except for mild devil energy of 7 swords, but that's just answering a question about the 5 of cups. Yeah, we don't, because it's all angel energy. It really is. It's solid angel energy. Wow. 6 of cups, and look who came back. I was just pointing to it and talking about it. 7 swords, and the Hierophant. This is just backing up my read, probably because somebody out there was skeptical. You know, the universe doesn't like that. It's very protective of me. This is just backing up my read on the final outcome on the Seven of Swords in particular. In fact, it's showing it to you straight up. This Seven of Swords, I'll skip to the end. This Seven of Swords is getting balanced. They're figuring out some things. Spiritual energies here. This is major shit. This is all this stuff. This is the Pope. It's the guru, their own inner guru, okay? Is bringing in past life energy even. They're figuring out some things that they don't even realize they're figuring out. There's a lot happening inside with this full moon. There's a lot. And it's a couple of weeks worth of energy. And there's a lot. This angel here balances out. Angel energy cancels out devil energy. Devil energy is just static. External static, like when you rub your feet on the carpet and zap your friend. It's like that. Angel energy is real. It's like a goo. It coats it and shorts it out. This temperance cancels out this Seven of Swords. It flips it. Somebody getting real about something they've always had their eye on, you know, which backs up what I said about the final outcome, which is why is all this shame here? Because they're realizing this behavior right here, this Seven of Swords behavior. But it's this energy, because of everything that's coming in and the spiritual nature of it, it's getting balanced out. There's a huge transformation coming here with the Magician card fueling this Hierophant. Huge transformation. Huge. And so it's energy that's already come in, but now it's starting to flow. I said there was a backup of energy. The energy was condensed when I pulled a super random reading a couple of days ago, before the Mercury reading. And then I said the energy was backed up. All that spiritual stuff and all that change from November and October backed up. And it was creating a lot of chaos in the energy. You know, all kinds of weird shit was happening. I said when I did the Mercury reading, Mercury in Capricorn, it's like the ball bearing in a spray paint can. It shakes things up. It starts to move around and break things up and breaks up the chunks and allows the fluid inside to flow out freely. This full moon is a bit of that fluid, okay? It's a bit of that, we're about to hit the spray paint can. Now the paint's ready to go. They realize it. It's time to paint. And that's really what's happening as we flow through this. There's a lot of past life energy about you coming in here. They're really feeling, with the Six of Cups here, they're really feeling the soulmate connection. This connection, the energy of it, is the healing force in all this. It's the angel in all of this to cancel out the devil. But they are being shown the devil energy. They are being shown how they behaved. And yeah, sure, they don't like it. Fine. But they can't carpet sweep it. So anyway, I'm going to go pull some wicked voodoo on this. I can't wait to see what they're finding out. I can't wait to see what's going on their side. I can't wait to see how it affects you. I just can't wait. I can't wait to see the timeline. So I'm not even going to take a break between readings. I'm just going to go pull the extended. If you want it, the link is in the description. If you don't, that's cool. It's all right. Fine. I hope this reading was helpful. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers, everybody who shares, and everybody who watches. All right. Good luck.